This your boy. I'm back at it again, man. And this story I'm finna bring to y'all, man, for the young dudes out there. And I understand when I was in the street, man, we always had a code. Never snitch. You know what I'm saying? If you see something, you keep your mouth closed. And I lived all my life really just following that code, you know? And for the years that I did in prison, man, I met some people in there. And the story I'm gonna bring to y'all is, what would you do if that was you? It started like this. I remember getting locked up in the county jail, Dade County Jail. And I met this dude, and I started talking to him. And he was telling me how he was locked up for something he didn't do. You know what I'm saying? Being in prison, man, you hear a lot of people talking about they didn't do what they said they did. Even it could be in black and white, and they still fighting it, saying that they didn't do it. And this dude's case was kind of like different, you know? And when I was talking to him, man, and he was telling me, he said, man, he got caught up in some situation where, you know what I'm saying, he didn't do nothing. But the state attorney came to him twice, tell him to snitch. But I told him, I said, what you gonna do? He said, what you think I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna say nothing. Because I think I'm gonna beat the case. So I told him, I said, man, you know what I'm saying? You doing the right thing. Fight that motherfucker, man, because they ain't got you in the scene. Somebody just putting you in that scene and they ain't got enough evidence to really convict you. So he fought that case, you know what I'm saying? And I ended up going to prison. And I was at Henry CI. At that time, I was at Henry CI, man, you know what I mean? I've been in prison for like a good couple years because I was at Dade, then I went to Dade in Henry CI, like 15 years later. You know what I'm saying? 15 years later, do you believe I'm walking in the compound and I seen a dude? You never seen a dude like in the street with a Bible in their hand crying and like, not basically crying, but praying to God, asking God for forgiveness, asking God to open the door for him. And that's what he was doing. Around the compound, sending the words. He had a little package he was passing out to people. People looking at him, they were saying he was crazy. At first when I saw him, I said he looked familiar to me. But I couldn't put one and two together. And I remember I was in the yard and when he started talking, he came to me, he started talking to me. He like, man, hey, God is good, man. God gonna deliver you from your situation. And I was like, hey, man, let me ask you a question. Don't I know you from somewhere? And he like, yeah. I said, you know me? He said, yeah. I said, where you know me from? He said, you don't remember me? He said, you see that birthmark you got right there? I said, yeah. He said, bro, I could never forget that birthmark. And I was like, wow. Damn. I said, where you remember me from? He said, from the county jail. And he was telling me, breaking me down by his case. So I asked him, I said, what happened to your case? What's been going on? And he sat down, man, and tears came out his eyes. That shit hurted me. I'm like, damn. If tears come out his eyes, that's me. It's serious. So I told him, what happened? He said, man, do you believe? My story's crazy. I said, well, what's up? He said, man, I'm at my house with my wife and kid watching television. My phone rang. I picked it up. It's my homeboy. I said, yeah. I'm like, what's up? He's like, man, hey, Chase, I come pick me up. But I could have heard some distress in his voice, but I went and picked him up anyway because that's my partner. I'll do anything for him. So now he jumped in his car to go pick his partner up. Once he got in his car, man, I'm talking about he went that night, man, to go pick Buddy up. When he came to pick Buddy up, he saw Buddy came running to his car with blood everywhere. He got in the car, he got in the car, he took off. He asked Buddy, what happened? He said, man, I got shot. So what happened? But Buddy didn't even say nothing. He didn't say nothing else. He said, drop me home. So good way he dropped Buddy home to patch up. He couldn't go to the hospital because, you know, somebody had just, you know, got shot. Come to find out, what he didn't know is that somebody took his tag number when they go pick Buddy up. Somebody took his tag number. And they reported him. The other thing he didn't know that Buddy he just picked up just killed somebody in the laundromat. You see what I'm saying? And Buddy didn't even tell him that. So that morning, when them detectives came in front of his door and asked him questions about the car, who car this is? He said, that's my car. He said this car was used in a robbery and somebody got killed. And he like, whoa. He said, nah, it couldn't be. That's my car. I don't do stuff like that. Man said, turn around. Put him in handcuff. When they put him in handcuff, man, I'm talking about, man, instead of turning the can to him, they said, check this out, let me talk to you. Instead of turning, he said, we know that you didn't do this crime. We know somebody else did the crime. You see what I'm saying? Because what it did was, them people, man, they're not stupid. They're not stupid. This dude, he had a clean record, never been in trouble. How could he be robbing and killing people in the same time? You see what I'm saying? And the person that gave the description said that car came to pick him up. So they know it wasn't him that killed the dude. They said, but you know who did it. So all we want you to do is testify and tell us who this dude is. If you're going to pick him up and then lock him up, we're going to let you go. He said he's not talking. He said he's not talking because he kept the code of not being a snitch. You see what I'm saying? And that right there cost him 16 years of his life. And being in prison, man, you know what I'm saying, you be surprised that sometimes a dude in prison could know something that's going on in the street before a dude, you know what I'm saying, before a dude that's out there. And that was going on. So now they telling him that buddy that he had picked up, you know what I'm saying, he doing a life sentence for driving big car, got big houses, you know what I'm saying, beautiful family. And I remember he told me, he said, man, he called Buddy on the phone. He said, man, he had a little daughter. His daughter passed away. And his daughter passed away. He told his buddy, he said, man, go to the funeral. Just to show your respect. And Buddy said he was going to go, but he never went. You know what I'm saying? He told Buddy, send him some money. Some canteen, if he could buy some canteen hygiene. Guess what? Buddy never answered his phone. And people that went to talk to him, he didn't want to talk to them people. So he was doing good. He didn't care about Buddy because Buddy was in prison. You see what I'm saying? And that's what it been his blood. And he doing 16, a life sentence for this dude. You see what I'm saying? And the thing about it, man, you think some people are your friends, but when that situation come, man, I know you gonna stay firm, but you wanna know if this dude gonna be there for you when you need him. You see what I'm saying? And that shit hurted me, man, to hear that story that he was telling me. And let me tell you something. When I finna tell you this story, man, it's gonna really hurt your heart. You know what I'm saying? For a dude to just automatically left his buddy behind. He never sent no money to him. He never sent he never trying to get a lawyer from him. But to the scene of the world, he got money, he got house, he got car, but he never did nothing for Buddy in prison. But guess what? Let me tell you what happened next. It's gonna blow your mind.